In this video training, we discuss the growth potential of your business. Optometry is one of the very few professions that has an educational, health, and retail component all functioning simultaneously together. For an optometric practice to experience massive success and exponential growth sales, all three components need to function effectively and cohesively with one another. There have been numerous changes and innovative solutions that have been introduced to the industry over the years. Technology is advancing at a tremendous pace, which has a direct impact on optometric practices. The question then is, how does an optometric practice continue to grow with all these changes that are taking place? The answer is that practices need to understand what their growth potential is and how they can activate it. Very important. The growth potential of an optometric practice is based on the following key principles that we will discuss in this video training. Principle number 1, everything rises and falls on leadership. The team can only go as far as the optometric leadership team goes. The extent to which the optometric leadership grows determines the extent in which the team grows. Strong optometric leadership teams lead to strong optometric teams. Optometric teams can do just about anything for the vision of the company when they believe in the optometric leadership team that they are serving under. What does this mean for you as the business owner? Well, very simple. Your staff produces what they see you produce. If you treat your team as a by the way kind of thing, they're going to treat your business as a by the way business. Just think about it, how impactful that is going forward. It will start changing your approach with regards to your team. Everything that you constantly do, they will effectively do, if not better than you. So if you do bad things, they will do better bad things. I don't know if you understand how impactful your role is with regards to the team. The level you function in is the pace they work with. That's so critical. Next, principle number 2, personnel determines the potential of an optometric practice. Empowered team members unlock the power potential of the business, because when the team is developed to their full potential, the growth potential of that practice starts to manifest. When the optometric team functions at a maximum potential, the practice will begin to reach its highest potential of effectiveness. The optometric team is what makes the practice become that which it's got the potential of becoming. So the strength of the practice is actually lying with the strength of the team. And so when the ability is unlocked, the practice's capacity is stretched. When the optometric leadership team therefore takes care of the team members, the team will take care of the practice. What does this mean for the business? You have to identify a catalyst in the practice and be willing to actively employ him or her or them. This will enable them to go the extra mile for the business. Remember, your employees don't care about what you know until they know how much you care. That employee who has been loyal to your business year after year requires and needs one thing from you: your support. Just think about, are you actually giving those people who have been loyal to you enough support personally and professionally? Very important. Or is it just about you and your business? If your employees are not adding any value to the practice, they're definitely taking value out of the practice. And that is affecting the growth potential of your practice. In actual fact, it's the growth limitation of your practice. Principle number 3, relationships determine the morale of an optometric practice. Patients bring lots of problems that need to be solved. Customers bring daily sales and increased profits for the business. Clients bring guaranteed sales growth and plenty of referrals and businesses to the organization. Suppliers bring great products, support, structured deals, and discounts to the optometric practice. Service providers provide or ensure efficient levels of services. Competitors enable the practice to have a competitive edge. Healthcare providers help increase the practice network. So those are the different relationships that your practice has. And so you need to be in a position where you are harnessing those relationships with the respective individuals that your practice engages on or with on a day-to-day basis. So what does this mean? Do you make your employees strong? Is the team better because of them or because of them in it? If you had to ask any of the 7 different types of individuals that we just profiled right now, what is the communication like between yourself and them? What will the answer be? So when last did you do a check analysis in terms of, are you effectively communicating with the different individuals in a manner that produces the necessary results for all parties involved? So you're communicating to connect. So are you connecting with all these different types of individuals? Because how you communicate is determining how you are connecting. And how you are connecting is determining the state of morale in your optometric practice. Remember, with morale, we mentioned it in our earlier training videos in one of the modules, that there is high morale, medium morale, low morale, or poor morale. So there's different types of morals, and whatever morale that's in the practice, it's as a result of the relationships that the practice is having with the respective individuals. So it's very, very important you understand that relationships play a critical role with regards to the morale of the practice. And the morale of the practice influences the growth potential of the optometric practice. Next, principle number 4. Structure determines the size of the optometric practice. Responsibilities given to team members set the tone of who takes up leadership roles within the practice. Authority determines the optometric leadership capacity, whereas accountability determines the optometric leadership and the team, or what the optometric leadership and the team are capable of achieving. So what does this mean for the business? When your employees are faithful with the little you entrusted them with, they will be entrusted with much more, and they will be able to produce much more. The key is to give your most trusted employees turned leaders varied experiences. Don't have this thing whereby you've got specialists of certain things, but you give them responsibilities of other things, they are pretty much not adding any value. So if you've got someone who is loyal, who has been with the practice, let's say you are practice employing 3 people, and there is only those 3 individuals, but all of them are very strong when it comes to administrative capabilities. Upskill them, train them, get them to a level at which they're better with regards product knowledge, better with regards sales knowledge or sales approach, sales training. So always be in a position where you are creating a structure with regards the level at which your team is operating at. Very, very important that you do that. And so the key is to make sure that everyone is having varied experiences all the time. When you take your best employees to a higher level than they have been before, they in turn will take a business to the level that it has never been before. Number 5, systems determine the capacity of the optometric practice. Your processes should be efficient in order for your productivity levels to be increased. Your processes should simplify daily operations and not complicate them. Activities get fast-tracked and problems get solved when processes function efficiently. So are things simple or are they complicated? So what does this mean? The quicker you can do things, the more you can be able to do. When your team is when they bring their A game, there's nothing that can limit them from achieving the results that the practice requires. Number 6, work ethic determines the preparation of the optometric team within the practice. What do we mean? Excellence should be the only standard of operation that is acceptable within the optometric practice. And consistency should be the driving force behind everything that the whole team does. Going the extra mile for the business should be what is modeled by the leadership team, because that is then what will be modeled by the rest of the team. Tenacity, resilience set the tone for things getting implemented. And so that is the energy that is required. Positive attitude and a problem-solving mentality should be the number 1 priority that is displayed at all time. And the impact this will have on the business is that you will attract more consumers to the practice because service delivery will start to increase. When service delivery increases, sales start to increase. And so achieving sales targets is just a matter of time when your when your service delivery is operating at the level it's supposed to be operating at. Number 7, vision determines the direction of an optometric practice. It helps the team stay focused on what is important. It ensures that the practice does not settle for any form of mediocrity. Develops discipline within or amongst the team. And always remember that it creates clear targets and goals for the practice to achieve. What does all of this mean? Vision enables your employees to grow as people, not just being in a situation where your practice is growing but your people are not growing. It is imperative that the vision be kept in front of all staff members at all times because it is the highest motivational factor for them. And lastly, leadership. Leadership determines the success of the optometric practice. Optometric leadership determines the entire company's progress. The seed of the optometric leadership sown into the business determines the resultant harvest that the practice will have. Explosive growth in the practice is a result of leadership growth. Increase in the business is as a result of leadership reaching beyond its comfort levels. Multiplication of the business is as a result of leadership multiplying itself. Create more leaders within your team. If you are the only person that knows it all, does it all, you're limiting the growth potential of your practice. And so when your leadership is strong and effective, it will reproduce even better leaders within the business. And the better the leaders, the better the practice will be. And so the growth potential principles are practical, and when they are applied within your practice on a regular basis, they will unlock and most importantly activate the full potential of your business for it to grow. The biggest challenge with most practices is that they're not willing to get out of their comfort zone. And here's the thing that you need to always remember. The bigger the difference in competency between staff members, the bigger the detriment it is in the long run for your optometric practice. So what does all of this mean for you? What worked 10 or more years ago to get your business to where it is today, it's not going to be relevant to get it to the next level. Is your business reliant on you solely to function, or have you equipped more leaders within the team, within the practice, so that more people are carrying the responsibility of taking it to the next level? So if you are not bringing people up as you are growing as a person, the business is not growing in any form, none whatsoever. And so does the practice look like it did 10 years ago? Or are your team, or is your team operating at the level at which your practice is constantly growing because you are constantly developing and growing them as individuals so that they can grow the team or the practice as a team? So that's basically the growth potential of your business, and just the key principles that you need to be aware of that highly influence where your practice has got the potential of growing to.